Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. There's a darkness and solitude that most people run from. But I'm telling you right now, that's where the real power is. When you're alone, there's no one to blame but yourself. No distractions, no comfort. Just you and your raw, unfiltered thoughts. That's where you find out who you really are. People are scared of being alone because it forces them to face their demons. But those demons, they're not there to haunt you. They're there to forge you into something unbreakable. See, in the silence, in the stillness of being alone, that's where the war begins. And if you want to become truly strong, you've got to embrace that war. When you're alone, you get to hear that voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, that you're not strong enough. But guess what? That voice is full of lies. That voice is the enemy, and it's your job to hunt it down and destroy it. You do that by pushing yourself to the edge, mentally, physically, spiritually, every single day. Don't just sit with your pain, own it. Feel the hurt, let it cut deep, and then get back up and keep moving. Because when you're alone, there's no one else to pick you up. You become your own hero, your own savior. That's where true strength is born. Most people surround themselves with others to drown out that voice, to avoid the hard truths about who they are. But you're different. You don't need the noise. You don't need the validation. You thrive in the darkness because you know that in the end, it's just you versus you. And when you win that battle, there's nothing, absolutely nothing, that can stop you. So embrace the loneliness, seek it out, use it as fuel. Because when you master the art of being alone, when you've conquered your own mind, there's nothing in this world that can break you. Here's the truth. The world is full of weak-minded people who need constant validation, who rely on others to tell them they're doing okay. But not you. You're not out here for a pat on the back or a participation trophy. You're out here to crush your goals, to destroy the limitations you've put on yourself, and that takes a level of focus and discipline most people can't even imagine. When you're alone, you're forced to deal with reality, and reality doesn't give a damn about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're tired, scared, or full of doubt. Reality is brutal, and it will chew you up and spit you out if you let it. But when you're alone, you learn to face that reality head on. You learn to thrive in it, to embrace the pain, the suffering, because that's where growth happens. People will tell you that being alone is a weakness, that you need a team, a tribe. But let me tell you something. They're wrong. Being alone isn't a weakness. It's your greatest weapon. In solitude, there are no distractions, no one to coddle you. You strip away all the nonsense, and what's left is pure, unadulterated drive. In those moments of solitude, you become unstoppable. When you're alone, you don't have to answer to anyone but yourself, and that's a terrifying yet liberating thing. It means you hold all the power. You're the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. Every decision, every action is on you. There's no one else to lean on, no one else to blame. But here's the kicker. That also means there's no one to hold you back, no one to tell you to slow down or take it easy. You can push as hard as you want, as far as you want, and there's no limit to what you can achieve. That's the power of being alone. You're free to become the most relentless, driven, and focused version of yourself. So when the world tells you to find comfort in others, turn your back and walk the other way. When they say you can't do it alone, prove them wrong. Show them that solitude isn't your enemy. It's your greatest ally. It's where you find your edge, where you sharpen it, where you become the weapon you need to conquer whatever stands in your way. Never forget, the battle is won in the silence, and that's where you'll find the strength to rise. Embrace it, harness it, and let it lead you to your greatest self.